All right, guys, so I'm over here at the Wilderness booth, and I got Josh here, and Josh is going to go through the front and back of this boat and kind of tell us a little bit about it. This one caught my eye. I think this is going to be a winner right here. Really like this design. A lot of people are going to say it's a big boat, but for you guys that are bigger guys, you're going to love this. For me, even being as small as I am, this is definitely a contender. Price point is fabulous too. Check this out. Josh, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing pretty good.
So I see you here at the Wilderness Systems booth, and you guys got a new kayak here that I think is pretty neat. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Absolutely. We are with the Wilderness Systems Tactical Pro 128. So this is the new fishing kayak for Wilderness Systems. We'll start with the hull. It's all about that hull design. So the intent for this kayak is to be motor driven. So we got bow mount or we have stern mount. So the way this hull was designed is to optimize that. So instead of keeping that normal, traditional V-shaped keel running all the way up to the bow, we extended those pontoons or those catamaran style all the way to the bow. Therefore, with a bow mount motor or a stern mount motor, when you have that V-shape going all the way through the keel, all the way to the bow, when you're turning, you get that roll, you get that pitch, you don't get that, you lose that stability. So with that catamaran style hull going all the way through, when you're taking those sharp turns, you stay flat, you feel grounded, you don't lose that stability that you really want. Going with those pontoons, it allowed a lot for us. So we're able to come out with a pontoon, but still keeping that nice interior right here. So for when this motor is deployed, your shaft still sits within the pontoons, giving you protection from your shaft being damaged when you're going up in the dock and you're worried about ripping it off. Right. Gives you that extra safety net right there to keep you safe. With the same thing, with it angled out, a lot of our current bow mount motor driven boats are centered. Therefore, it limits your ability to access your internal storage when this is stowed. With us, it's not an issue. So with it stowed completely up, you're still able to get into your large bow hood area that we have with the removable bend system. Giving you access to all the internal space that you have in those dual pontoons, just an optimal amount of space.
Absolutely. Look at that, you already got a 100 amp hour battery in the front.
Yep, safely tucked, not even in your bend system, so all is still left for any kind of gear that you need. Talking about the motor, so from factory, this will come pre-installed with the HDP marine grade motor plate already pre-installed. The idea for this is we want you to be a plug-and-play feature. We want you to get on the water after you buy the boat. So us already have this already installed. It's quick. You add your quick release bracket to it, and you're ready to go. Following the same concept, we have our release for our motor guide ran internally to from here all the way to back seat right next to you on the seat right here. With the pull of the handle at your seat location allows that motor to deploy.
And that's actually really big because a lot of kayaks and guys are doing these bow mount trolling motors they've got to install all that. Yep. They got to figure out how they're going to put it because the designers of the kayak never intended their kayaks to be that way. And Absolutely. That's awesome that this is one of the first kayaks that actually has it already ready to go. Yeah, so I mean, it's plug and play.
We'll have the tube ran, we'll have the rope ran, we'll have the carabiner ran. We're ready to get you on the water. Same concept, come back here. So we have 5 of these power plates strategically placed throughout the kayak. The idea and intent for these will be replaceable. So the idea is if you decide to, run your grass up here, but then maybe later on you decide you want to change it up a little bit. You take this off, replace it, and order a new one from us, bolt it back on, and you start brand new, you start fresh. This power plate, however, will come pre-installed from the factory with your wiring harness for your bow mount motor, which will run from here all the way to the internal storage battery in the back. Inside that 8-gauge wire, we already have pre-installed a 60 amp inline fuse already on there for you. Awesome. So again, attach your motor, hook up your battery, get out there and fish.
Nice.
That's the intent, that's the idea, that's what we want.
That's awesome.
Going directly back. We have what's called your, what they're calling your captain's bridge. See, a lot of this is an aftermarket accessory. It's another thing you have to buy after. We didn't want that. We want it integrated into the kayak, into the side. So what we did that. We did a large, stiff, nice, sturdy bar, enabled you to put 2.9, 2.12-inch grass wherever you please, but as well, with the inline going off the side, you're not worried about your motor hitting that as it's as it's coming up. You don't have to adjust this due to this. We want it to be customizable per person. Straight back from that, we have a single bin dual hatch system. So the idea of this was to have 2 hatches, but a single bin.
A lot of volume there.
Yes. So the idea is if you have one graph hanging over, but you still want to access your bin, if this hatch right here isn't accessible, I can still get all of my stuff with one hatch.
Absolutely. And that's a sealed compartment. So I know he's gotten this a lot, but you probably could make it a live well out of that, or some kind of a bait tank. Being that this is such a big boat, that volume of water isn't going to cause any kind of drama with the weight of the water or anything like that. That's a perfect place to have a live bait tank.
Yeah, and for this bin, it is a rotomotive feature, meaning it's not a drop-in, it's not a 2-piece. It is a rotomotive feature already in the boat with the extra bracelet plate attached on top. With that extra bracelet plate, this is also a standing platform. So directly when you're standing here, you have that sight fishing ability, but you're also under the volume of those bow pontoons. So pretty much you stand on there, it locks you in. And it just stabilizes.
And because it's actually a little bit higher than the actual deck, you're getting a little bit of height as well for that sight fishing.
That little extra sight fishing.
Absolutely.
So needed.
So
with the same concept of the whole design of the motor was to keep this as an open deck platform as we talked about. We didn't want to jeopardize. We wanted you to be able to walk where you wanted to walk. We didn't want you to have to maneuver. We didn't want you to feel boxed in. So keeping all this access just free range. The stability of the boat, you'll end up walking like this as you're walking at your house. You're gonna forget you're on kayak. Coming back here, we have integrated into the kayak a active rod storage. So your buddy your rod will go here, going up and landing up against your captain's bridge. Therefore, when you're fishing, you get that fish in the boat. You don't have to try to fumble around. You want to just lay your rod around because you got that fish on the line. You need to get it off. Gives you a nice ample place just to place that thing and know that you're still secure. As well as the molding feature of that.
You got your bump
for tournament anglers.
Look at that. That thing's
placement.
Wide enough to put your bump board in there with like not even a problem, and it's got the raised lips here,
so that you can have a nice angle.
Put you in a nice
angle. Keep that fish where it's supposed to be. Extra high gunnels on the side allows that fish to stay in the boat. Key feature here is there's still left ample amount of room right here for if you need and you want the extra security, you put your net there, keep that fish from jumping out the boat.
Very nice.
Perfect. While you're not using it, but still want it on hand,
it's right there out of the way.
We integrate it into the boat, into the stern deck. Nice flat area, surface area,
notch right there
for it to notch into and sit up out of the way, but still in hand reach. Underneath the seat, we have enough room for 2 Plano 3700 cases to fit, stacked on top of each other. It's pitched at an angle backwards to keep the trays from sliding out underneath you. Keeps them right where you want them, but still in arm's reach. Above, we have the Air Pro Ace Swivel 360 seat. You are getting 360-degree swivel, as well as forward and back adjustment.
Very nice.
Able to trim the boat out exactly the way you want, depending on where your weight is, or if you want to reach your grasp, but you're not wanting to sit up, slide in, fix your grasp, slide back out.
Very nice.
Not even getting out of your seat. Come back to the back. We have the internal battery storage.
Right here.
This deck up in order because we have 2 motors up here. You saw 1 battery for your grass already. But with that internal storage and with the volume that we have with this design, we have ample amount of space. We have 200 amp hour batteries sitting below deck. So they're not in your way around your fish finder, but also that weight, the center of gravity, it's pulled down. It's keeping, it's not making it so it's top heavy and wants to roll. It's a real structure. And the whole intent of this kayak is stability. We want you to not feel like you're on the kayak.
Now, how big of a cooler do you think would fit on the back of that?
Offhand,
probably a
just
36 quart.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And that's plenty for a boat this size to bring out your snacks and drinks. Sure.
So we do have rails down here for any kind of attachment point for your fishing crate, for your cooler, for any kind of extra gear you got. With talking about these rails, I've got to mention we do have going down each gunnel on each side 64 inches of continuous rail space.
Wow.
Altogether, Tactical Pro 128 holds has 18 feet of total air track on this kayak.
Impressive.
As we keep going back here, we have your traditional 5-inch access patch to pretty much access anything that you need to run in here.
And you can see in here how they've got the gear you run through that and how much volume is underneath that.
As well as 2 additional power plates, so a total of 5 power plates on this kayak, replaceable for if you're running power poles one day when you decide not to run a power pole. Replace the plate, start fresh, no holes in your kayak. As you saw earlier, underneath this right here, if you do decide to go with the stern mount motor, from factory we will have already installed a backing plate. So that's a 1/2-inch marine grade HTP backing plate, giving you that nice structure that you need for stern mount motor when you are getting in it, and that torque starts to flex this back, giving you peace of mind that you're not going to crack it, you're not going to stretch that plastic. This is solid plastic. 2 more gear rails for any kind of GoPro filming and/or your safety flag that you need.
Nice.
Safety feature.
Very nice.
Each side we have space for any kind of power pole that you might be attaching or any other accessory.
Very nice.
As well as 2 roto-molded handles on the back end, strategically placed at arm's width to give you that nice
one
grip.
One here, and one here.
Talking about the hull, we do have.
We'll come around this way again. Go ahead.
We do have a retractable skeg in the stern end that is released right here. So with a bow mount motor, we do find that at a length of 12, 13 feet in a bow mount motor, your stern end likes to drift, doesn't like to stay true.
Absolutely.
Enabling that drop down skeg, engaging it, keeps that you in a straight line and just optimal battery performance. You don't want to waste time with that back end swaying around.
Right. You're going to be fiddling around with the pedal, the foot steering, trying to keep yourself straight.
That keeps you straight and true, but then when you are not wanting the skeg, you just pull it up, stow it, and that allows you to get inside them docks and maneuver around and just be real free and nimble about it.
Absolutely. Very nice, man.
We are 12 feet, 8 inches, 38 inches wide, coming at 158 pounds, and performance capacity. So we have a 600-pound performance capacity, meaning
that's including
kayak,
the boat.
Yeah, including the kayak, including the person in it, all the gear, up to 600 pounds, will still perform as designed and as intent. No loss of performance within that 600 pounds.
Right, that's awesome. So for guys that are looking for a kayak that is a little bit heftier because you're a bigger size guy, this right here is definitely a answer to that question.
Yep. So it will be released and available in March of 2025. Starting price will be at $21.99.
And I almost think that that's the best thing I've heard all day, because that is a reasonable price kayak. For you guys out there that says, oh, Hobie, that's a $6,000 kayak. Well, yeah, look at this. For what you get for $2,100, $2,200, this is amazing. I mean, I agree, it's not with all the accessories, but you guys are like me out there that love to do kayak modification. This right here is a candy store.
Yes.
All you need is a credit card. You can fill this thing up with all the goodies you want.
So we did place things we thought you might want, but left a lot open for just your mind to wander and for you to customize it the way that you want and the way that you fish. That was the whole intent. This is a unique design for somebody to make it their own and give them a solid platform to start off with.
Absolutely. I think you guys did an awesome job with this. Just for my first time, I actually got to test ride it yesterday. It was the only kayak out of all the kayaks that I actually test rode, and I was impressed. with the motor guide on the front. I'm not really a fan of motor, the front mounted. I'm a stern guy. I like the torpedoes, but I'll tell you what, it was effortless the way this thing just got up and went. I actually clocked it in around 4 miles an hour, which is no worse, no better than any of the kayaks out there. So if you think it's not going to move, the one thing I noticed with this kayak with the catamaran style hull that you see there, that isn't going to push water. It's actually going to be like a pontoon boat. It's going to glide through the water and split the water. So therefore, you're not going to lose that speed. So for you guys thinking, oh, it's so big, it's huge, that's a benefit, not a hindrance in this boat. You're going to find that this is going to be pleasantly surprising out there. And I'm glad that Wilderness did this. Dude, this is an awesome boat in my mind.
I sure appreciate it.
I appreciate you, Josh.
A lot of work went into this.
Yes, I appreciate it, Josh. And this might actually be one of my next boats. So there you go, guys. That was a quick review. Actually, kind of a lengthy review with the spokesperson with Wilderness System Kayaks. I know that you guys have seen a lot of their products before, but they've really been doing a lot of good things, especially now that Wilderness and Pelican have joined forces. So you can see that the product here is a niche type product for what I would think would be bigger guys, but I like bigger kayaks. I like to have the room. It's that edge right before you say, and this is a boat. No, this is not a kayak. This is a boat. It's too big. But it actually is, in my mind, it's just a really big kayak, and it has a lot of potential to be a fishing machine. I wouldn't try to paddle it. I really didn't get to do that while I was out on the water on the review that I did, the testing that I did. But to me, this kayak, if you're going out in a motorized electric kayak, it's definitely going to be a machine to look out for. Let's go on to the next one. I have some more review videos coming out, so check these out. I think I have a new canoe one and a few other products that you guys would be interested in, so check those out. Until the next time, thank you again for watching my video. I love you guys. If you haven't liked and subscribed, hit it down below. See you on the next video. Dragon Tails Fishing out.